Rogue. Rogue. Rogue.
It takes me out every time. Hi, everybody. It's a Rogue. So today, I was telling Katie on this backstage, today has one initial purpose, and then we're going to switch after. And that initial purpose is I am going to, for the first time since August 24th, I think, going to attempt typing for 45 minutes. We're going to do one 45-15 to like jump start into this, because I've been on a very improving, encouraging journey with my physical therapy. In case you're not aware, I injured myself. Who isn't aware? That's all I ever talk about.
What?
Oh my God, Katie. I injured myself finishing my draft of my last book, and I am theoretically expecting my edits this week, which means I need to see how I would do typing again, because I'll be editing and I can't do voice to text while editing. So we are going today to test how a single 45-minute sprint treats me. And then after that first one, we're going to switch gears and potentially do some emails I can send, because I've got 13 days until the end of the year and like 19 emails I still need to send. But I know one of them that I'm going to send today. I'm going to send an email of appreciation to the people at NCAR in Boulder, because the president just talked about how much he wants to defund it and like break it apart and stuff. And NCAR is one of the like,
what is it for us?
It's National Center for Atmospheric Research. So all of our weather information basically comes from NCAR. The way predictions for tornado season, everything like that is all. And also on a personal note, a lot of times when I'm feeling, NCAR sits at the like above the rest of Boulder, like wherever you are in Boulder, if you're looking towards the mountains, you can see the NCAR facility. And a lot of times if I'm feeling overwhelmed by life or anything and I need to go for a short drive, I'll drive up to NCAR and I'll sit in their parking lot and I'll look at the mountains and the plains and stuff like that. So anyway, that's an email I would like to send today. It's just an email of appreciation. And actually, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm going to send two emails. I'm going to send an email to NCAR thanking them for the work that they do. And then I'm also going to send an email. I'm going to figure out which is better, my congressman or like a senator, and basically say, I think it's Congress that does the budget. So I'm going to send emails to both the Colorado. Oh, wait, that's senators, that there are two of them. I'm going to send an email to my congressman and basically say, please do not let Congress break up NCAR, still make room in the budget for NCAR, because it is so critically important. I don't actually think my senator or my congressman would debate that. But you know what I could do is I could also send it to my old congressman in Dallas, because he don't need to know what the truth is. Like my family still lives in Dallas. I can still send an email basically saying don't defund NCAR. So potentially 3 emails of the 20. And they can kind of like 2 of them can kind of be the same. So that's going to be good. Anyway, Katie Ann, we're going to try and start a sprint at the 5-minute. Katie, will you do the sprint timers, because I'm in a hotel right now and I'm on the free Wi-Fi, so we'll be lucky if I actually stick around for the whole stream. How is my visual?
You look great to me.
Slay.
But you always look good.
Oh, you're so cute. Thanks, babe.
Is there any particular theme you wish to have for our timers today?
Well, the story I'm going to be doing a 45-minute sprint in is down bad, but I don't know if the Hex Hourglass has like an alien space theme.
Oh, I think, well, it's kind of both. Well, not kind of both. You'll see.
Okay. I'm excited.
I know what you're about. Wait.
And what are you going to be working on today, Katie?
Give me 1 second. Am I crazy? Did I hallucinate? No, I didn't.
While you're doing that, I'll say hi to the people who showed up. Mullen is here. Loving a bit of body doubling for my last hour of work. Keiko is here. Lynn is here. Kagehima is here.
It's not perfect.
That's great.
And I know this isn't the Aurora, but it kind of feels Aurora coded to me. So
it's the galaxy.
Yeah.
Kagehima, I'm currently reading over my finished novella. Fantastic. Miranda forgot I had this open, and that was so scary. Sorry.
Rogue.
Hey, Rogues Club is meeting. Neon Moon. Wendy is here. Emily is here. Team. Yay. Hi, Grayson. Thank you guys. Thank you. I can do this. Yes. And yeah, I didn't watch the presidential address last night, but apparently that was one of the things that was being talked about, which is literally hilarious because right now Colorado is going through kind of a crisis because we're dealing with crazy winds. The highest recorded that I've seen so far was like 125 miles per hour, like literally insane. And the last time something like that happened in December, it it caused the Marshall Fire, which was a huge fire right outside of Boulder that burnt down 1,000 buildings. So
Oh my God, Jesus.
like, we're
Oh, Rain
rolling
Joseph.
blackouts because Xcel Energy is cutting the power, so the power lines won't spark and things like that. So in-car weather awareness is very important. So I heard that literally as Colorado was dealing with the weather crisis, the president was like, "We're gonna dismantle the thing that monitors the weather for us," and because it's apparently a hotspot of climate activism. And I'm like, well, it's a weather research center, and like they're just telling you what they're seeing. So I don't like. I just anyway. Oh,
Yeah. I saw a funny video yesterday.
okay.
This is related to the weather thing. It was this woman and she was like sitting on her couch and she was like, she zoomed in. She has this, it's a tiny little like chestnut colored chihuahua who was sitting by the door and like whining because he wanted to go on a walk.
Yeah.
And the woman, the audio over the video was like, buddy, we can't go outside right now. It's 100-mile-an-hour winds and you're 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And it was so cute, the little dog. So, and I thought of you because
Was that from Colorado? Were they?
I think she must have been from, I think she must have been in Denver or something, or like maybe somewhere else. But it just was so funny. Maybe I don't know. Actually, she didn't like geolocate herself, but I assumed because of the winds, she was probably in Denver or in Colorado.
Yeah, it's really funny. I'm actually well, I don't need to dox myself, but like I'm not in Boulder right now. I'm still in Colorado, but I'm in the mountains for research. And it was very windy where I am last night, but not on like Boulder's just ground zero because it's like right where the wind just goes whoosh, like because we have
shears down.
Well, because we have the Flatiron, so there are these really high protrusion mountains right where Boulder is nestled into, and so it like the air gets pushed up because of the mountains and then just like whooshes down, and Boulder is always the one that just gets like crazy hit by it, but this is like extra extreme. And so the power was out at my apartment all day yesterday because I have neighbors who were messaging me about what was going on, and it's back on now, but there's going to be horrible winds again tomorrow, and I'm not going to be back in town until Saturday. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to be driving back to? Like, are the trees outside my like apartment still going to be there? Like, what's going to happen? But anyway, it is what it is. And I just feel lucky that I, happened to plan a trip that because I'm Wind and I have we have a history.
Yes. A torrid history.
I think for my own psychic benefit, it's a good thing that I'm not at the epicenter of it right now.
No more psychic damage for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, just the reality is it's going to be a lifetime of psychic damage, but in the ways that I can mitigate it, let's do that. Okay, we've got 1 minute before we start. Sorry, let me quickly I just want to say hello to people who showed up, wishing you the best. You do not need more fires over there. Thank you. True. Good morning, Molly, or hello. Or you said good morning, so I can say good morning back. Also, defunding the radio broadcast. John Oliver had one of his shows being about that. Crazy how many rely on radio in a country where you have crazy weather conditions and wildfires and floods. I know, it's so true. Yep, so true. Washington, Oregon, going through it with massive flooding, washed out major highways. I know, I've been seeing a lot of that as well. And Keiko says, also funny or not funny weather. We're supposed to get down to minus 15 Celsius apparently in the next days, but no snow. Oh, they warned. All right, Queen, can you go ahead and press play on that? And it's a 45, guys. I'll report back to how my arm is doing. And yeah, here we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. That was a sprint.
Hello.
Hi. So for that sprint, I'm painting my nails. I got some Holo Taco in the mail because they came out with their new declassified set, which is so fucking stunning. This is Seek Kelp. Like, look at how fucking beautiful that is. And then I'm also doing Waterworks, which is beautiful, and then Plum Luck as my accent nail. Because I'm so obsessed. I literally was like, I need to put these colors on my nails immediately. Yeah, and then was just reading over some of my writing, and
Ben had a very long conversation with me. Sorry, everybody, I'm a bit weepy. Okay, whatever. That did not go well. I had to call it at 25 minutes because my arm started hurting, and it has just continued to get worse, even though I stopped typing out. So I have been crashing out for the past half hour. Katie and called me. She pushed the sprint because I was not ready to be on camera. Definitely, probably still not ready to be on camera, but it's okay. I'm not going to go into it. I'm just very disappointed. But I'm going to stick with the concept of working on other things, voice to text, emails I can send. Also, I have 3 sparks, which I told one balance, one gratitude, and one creativity.
ooh.
I'm going to tell you what they are.
I want to know. I'm with bated breath, and maybe us and the chat can also do the sparks as if there are.
Okay, so the creativity one, which I might do during the next sprint to just sort of center myself, is to do at least 1 page of mindless doodling, which I could do with
Oh, how fun. Oh, I think I'll probably do that one too.
Okay, fun. And then for balance, I think, for balance, it says take a risk. Failures may teach you more than successes. And I'm counting that last thing as my risk for the day because it was emotionally risky. And I knew that going in. And I did fail. And it taught me a lot. It sure did. Sure did. Okay. And then my creativity spark for the day was the next time you feel happy, proud, or loved, savor the moment. So.
Oh, what a beautiful one.
Yeah.
How beautiful. I'm going to go through the comments, see how our friends did. We had a bunch of friends join us. We had a old cake pop up. And our original Zainab and Christina the writer. Good morning. Anna Julie. I'm done with lunch. I have a few minutes for another errand, so I'm attempting to get a bit more done. We're proud. Hopefully, you're probably on your errand by now, but hope it goes well. Eva says, hey, I can't stay, but y'all are amazing. Most of you. Eva. I know you're not here. However, Eva, comma. We love being a part of your year. We were talking about great gratitude yesterday, and we were very grateful for our writing community. JK is here. Good morning, or good afternoon, actually. Good afternoon. It's almost 1. I don't have my watch on right now. It's almost 1 o'clock where we are. Hello, Phoebe. Yes, look, I am a time wizard, and I will fuck with the timer however I want. Okay, y'all can't stop me.
Sorry, guys.
Hello, Bombastus. Yeah, it's a sprint and a half. Okay.
It was
Cody got
60-minute sprint, right? At the end of it all, like 70 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. A long way.
Whatever. Who cares? Not me.
10K. Like some people could run a 10K in that time, right? So
literally, yeah, not me, but
nor me.
Yeah. Sound off in the comments if you could.
Yeah. What's everybody's running time? Mile time. Mine's like 15 minutes. 15 minutes a mile.
I think mine's probably like 16 at this point. I think that's generous, probably. Well, actually, we do 2.5 miles in 55 minutes. I don't do. Someone else do the math.
But you're walking.
Yeah.
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 So that's different.
So it is, but that's what I would say my time is. Because me run, no,
Fair.
no way.
It's not pleasant. I did a half marathon, and like it was a fun bonding experience with the person I ran it with, but like I never once achieved the like runner's high, you know?
Me neither. It's like, and like I respect, because my mother is if you didn't know about that, which I don't know why anyone in the chat would, but my mother is a huge jogger. She loves to run. She loves to jog.
Oh my God, mama.
She loves it. She loves it even if it's on the treadmill, which I'm like, the only way you can get me to like even attempt to run is if it's outside and the weather's not too bad and there's something beautiful to look at and I have music.
Yeah.
But my mother loves running just for the sake of running, and I've never understood it, but
Sorry, I haven't
not often.
I'll be right back.
You're good. I'm just going to continue with our comments here. Malin finished work, moved to the couch, and read one chapter of a buddy read book. How is this the Holly? Nope. Holly Jackson? Is that her name? Is that one what you're reading with Minook? How's it going? Because I know it's a mystery. Oh, no wonder fellow. Working on my third essay. I should be able to finish it today. Yay. Zainab, you should be almost done with your semester, no? And then we have lots of love and hugs for Ms. Mo.
Thank you.
And such. Wendy would feel the exact same way. Yes, lots of that. We have a Grayson in the chat. Spent the sprint cutting endless gingerbread cookies, having a Hanukkah party tonight. Oh, fun. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, happy Hanukkah.
How beautiful. What shape are you cutting them into the Star of David? Into the menorah?
Are your gingerbread cookies soft or hard? Because I love gingerbread when it's like soft, but if it's a hard crunchy cookie, I'm like, get it away from me. I don't want that.
Yeah. It's very distinct. Very distinct. Oh, I made sugar cookies last night and they were delish. We haven't cooked them yet, but the dough.
That sounds so
delicious.
good.
Yeah, my mom made snickerdoodles.
Nice.
Snickerdudes. Molly got four outlined rechaptered. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I've been majorly procrastinating this week, so I'm glad to get some stuff done. I am glad we can provide. Time wizard. That's me. Oh, I should add like a sparkle sound effect.
Like yeah.
Yeah. But for now, I'll just do a. Also got 705 words. Well done, Wendy. I don't run. I walk. Y'all run for fun? I wish
The
I could be a runner.
only time I've ever run and like enjoyed running was randomly when I was on the Camino. I would run with my pack, even though I had a sprained ankle. And when I was like a 1 mile away from like the last mile of the day, often I would end up running it just because I was so excited to be so close to the next hostel. And I literally had some people mention it to me like a few days later. They're like, were you that girl who ran past us with her full pack on? And also I became not famous, but like on the Camino, there are certain pilgrims that just like gain a reputation and like news about them kind of spreads. And I've definitely had some people be like, oh my God, you're the American girl who sprained her ankle outside Pamplona and you're still going. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, why are y'all talking about me? Leave me the hell.
Why are you talking about me?
Why are you talking about me?
Yeah. When I was on the Camino, we were conglomerately known as the 20 Americans.
Oh, I thought you were going to be the mountain rescue group.
No, thank God. Nope. Thank God we weren't that. And not the only time, but the only time I fully ran the entire way from one place to the next was running. We ran to Santiago.
Oh, you
Full
ran?
pack, everything. I ran
ran a lot on my day to Santiago. I just was full of so much energy.
It was crazy.
I couldn't walk. Like it was
literally.
Like,
It's insane to talk about.
Yeah,
but you get to a point where you're like, like we like left and we started walking, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
and we just a horde of 20 American 20-year-olds sprinted into Santiago.
Yeah,
and it was magic.
I ran like I didn't run the whole thing, but I ran like several kilometers at a time. And then but then when I hit the final kilometer, I walked the rest of the way because I was like, I just want to enjoy the final bit. But yeah, you know, like on the way to Santiago, there's like that forest that you walk through that at the first bit, and then there's like a long stretch alongside a road. So I ran through the forest, and then I ran along that stretch on the road. And yeah, it was, wow, that was such a memory. But yeah, it was the fastest day for me. I think I walked 8 miles, or, you know, it was an 8-mile day. And I left at 6 in the morning, and I got to Santiago a little after 10 a.m., 9 a.m., I think. So it was one of my fastest days for sure.
Yeah. We left super early. We left at like 4.
Oh,
like we left before daybreak. Like we
did you want to get to the morning mass? Is that why? Or
no, we just decided, we were so excited to go. We were like, we're like to get there. And to be fair, we didn't. It's kind of a lie. We didn't run the entire way. We did run the entire, like, to the actual like city.
Yeah.
And then we were in the city, and we walked through the city to the cathedral as a group.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, we were all different levels of running. Like, my running was not as fast as some other people's.
Yeah.
Even by that point, I still was not the fastest runner.
Yeah.
I was not the slowest. I was not the slowest. I'll tell you that. But yeah, so we had a meeting point where we met, and then everyone together walked like physically through the streets of Santiago, and there's like people playing bagpipes and like, you know, everyone celebrating and cheering, and it's anyway, go on the Camino, everyone.
Yeah. So endlessly promoting it.
Yeah.
I'm not sponsored by the Catholic Church.
Actually, the Catholic Church wishes that we would stop.
Yeah, the Catholic Church is like, can you not actually?
Can you not? Yeah, do what you got to do. I'm very vocal about how bad running regularly is for your body.
That is true. It is quite bad for you.
Yeah, that's why my mom runs on the treadmill, because it's like slightly better because it's cushioned. Yeah, but she doesn't go as fast as she used to. My mother was like Speedy McGee, speedy woman. Markin's cat started plotting out a new story, which I decided yesterday is actually a trilogy, so I'm brainstorming how to structure it. What's your story about? I love it.
This is not the same person as Anne Cat, is it? It's just
I don't believe so. I think this is just, we have an influx of cats.
Hello, you look like Guinevere.
Oh, I love that. The Holly Jackson we finished a week ago. I'm now reading, Murder at the Black Cat Cafe with my brother. Oh my goodness. And last Thursday, Murder Club number 5 with a friend. How was the Holly Jackson book? I've been done with my semester for the past 2 weeks. These are my grad school application essays.
Oh my God. Amazing.
I'm going to cry when you get into grad school. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
how soft gingerbread recipe. Shapes from easiest to most annoying to get out of the cutter are Star of David, Dreidel, Tora, Menorah, and I love how we both Chai.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know Hebrew.
I don't know.
So
this.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the one
That's
apostrophe in afterwards is. I don't know it.
I assume that's a Hebrew character, right?
I don't know.
Mayhaps. Let us know, Grayson. I love to learn.
Maybe
things.
that's what it's in the shape of. Like maybe.
Oh,
it is.
maybe.
But
Oh,
why-
is it in the
Like I'm also confused by the chai because I'm thinking
Me
like
too. Chai
it's
tea.
Hmm.
Neon Moon says no words written here, just sorting my inbox forever, but at least that's checked off. Well done. That is so difficult to do. Inboxes, mine's out of control. Zainab said I can enjoy running under controlled conditions, aka treadmill in an air-conditioned space, but outdoors in the heat with uneven landscape, no way. That's why I don't like running, because I like being outside to look at stuff. I get bored if I'm on the treadmill, but Wendy definitely wants to do the Camino.
Oh, Wendy, you should.
You should. I highly recommend it.
Life changing.
Also, if it rains on your first day when you're in the Pyrenees, don't take the route up through the Pyrenees. That's my sole advice.
Like my sole advice is don't take the route up through the Pyrenees. I mean, or no, actually my advice is if you do split it over 2 days, get booked at the Orison Albergue and do not do it in one day. That is my, oops, sorry, snooze. Sorry, I have a call I have to make during the next sprint. I mean, it was such a revelation, I will say, that day. I had, okay, I'm gonna tell people the thing that happened. But if you are someone who like has a similar trigger anxiety as I do, where it's like apocalyptic, I'm just gonna let you know that this is what this story reflects on. So if you need to skip away for about 2 minutes, do so now. But okay, so as many of you know, I think at this point, the reason I walked the Camino was because in 2022, I had a really terrible mental breakdown where I became literally, like, not hypothetically, like literally convinced that the world was about to end, and like just was not fully functioning mentally. And so I went on the Camino, and literally on the first day, the Pyrenees, because like one of the reasons I was so bad at functioning mentally is because I was just so upset at the idea of everybody dying, right? Like I just couldn't, I was grieving the entire world, and it was so overwhelming, literally. So I go on the Camino to try and heal myself, to try and like, I went on the Camino for a ton of reasons that none of those ended up happening. And yet at the same time, everything I asked for ended up happening, right? Like the Camino's funny in that way. But I was on the Pyrenees the first day. I'd been walking for hours, hiking through the mountains. I was exhausted. And I remember turning a bend and thinking that surely when I turned the bend, the end would be in sight. And I turned a bend, and there was another huge, long upwards trek, and then another bend. And I literally thought to myself, I said, I don't even care if the world blows up right now, if it means I don't have to take another step. Like, and I was like horrified by that thought. Like there was a part of me that was like, that's not funny, Wallace. And then there's another part of me that was like, that was very funny.
That was so funny and so accurate to the Camino and everyone's Camino experience.
Yeah, no, literally, like the Pyrenees, they say it's a trial by fire, that if you can do the first day, you can do the entire Camino, but they are not joking when they say it's a trial by fire. It was a trial by ice for me. Oh, that's true. I mean, it just, I remember getting to Roncesvalles, which is the second town, the town that you get after you cross the Pyrenees, and literally thinking like, I'm never going to make myself do that again. Never going to make myself do that again. Because everybody talks about like, once you do the Camino, you have to do it again. You have to do it again. And I had family who were like, we know you want to walk this one alone, but if you ever do it again, we'd love to go with you. And I was like, if they ever talk me into doing this again, I'm starting in Pamplona. Like I am never crossing those mountains again. And yet literally for the past few months, I've been like, should I do it again? Should I do the Camino again? But I will say 8 kilometers into the first, or 8 miles into the first day. Yeah. Cause the first day is 15 miles to cross the Pyrenees. 8 miles into the first day up the mountain, there is a refuge where you can spend the night, but you have to pre-book, and it's called Orison. And I highly recommend doing that to yourself, because otherwise you could push yourself too hard and you could get injured, which on day 4, I got injured. So,
Well, yeah, a very similar, not as similar as Wallace's. I had a very, this happens to everyone on the, on the Camino, is we were going up, and unfortunately for us, it was raining. And at the base of the mountain, it's May. It's not that cold. It's not that cold. It's like 65 ish, and you're walking, so like you're sweating, and like it's really not that bad. Yeah. It rained the entire way up, and obviously when you go up in altitude, it gets colder. Yeah. It was, and about 8 miles in, we had passed Orison. Okay, like we were past Orison, we were still climbing up.
Yeah, and there is so much more after Orison. That's the
you think you reach Orison, you think you're almost halfway there. You're not.
Yes,
you're not. You're
Yes,
absolutely not.
Literally, Katie, I got to Orasan. I had a beautiful lunch, like a bocadillo, like sandwich, ham and cheese. I was like, this is so gorgeous. Like, oh, I'm so glad I did this. Like, by Orasan, I was like tired, but the rest, the halfway rest at the halfway mark was great. No. By Orasan, you have exerted 20% of the energy that you are required to have for that hike.
Yep.
Like,
And we reached Orasan, and there was a point where it was me, and there were 20 of us, as I've said, but it was me and two of my two best friends from college. We were all doing this together. We were all on the study abroad together, and we paused and we were like, okay, this is our last chance to get a taxi, basically, if this is too much, because it was storming.
yeah.
Like it was like, there was like hail ahead.
Mhm.
And we were like, okay, we made it to here. I think we can get through the rest of it.
Yeah.
The most naive thing I've ever thought in my entire life.
Yeah.
About a mile, maybe, past Orasan, so too far to turn back.
Yeah.
I step and crack my ankle. I know immediately that this is sprained,
Yeah.
and I live in denial. Every single step
Same.
is horrifying because I'm like, no, I'm so close to Roncesvalles, I'm gonna make it. This is the
Oh
first day of the
God,
Camino. I can
1
do this.
mile after Orasan, you're like, I'm gonna
Looking back,
Oh my
that's
God.
what I was thinking. That's genuinely what I was thinking. I was delusional. I was
That is
absolutely
absolute
delusional.
delusion. That's
I was
absolute
delusional.
delusion.
Absolutely.
You haven't even ascended to the highest
No.
height at that point.
No.
Not even close.
But did I know that at that time? No.
Oh my God.
No, I didn't.
You
Looking
had
back,
to
it's
do
crazy.
that rocky cross through those two pillars on a sprain. Are you kidding me?
I sure
Oh my
did.
God.
We got to because we were slightly misinformed.
Mm.
We thought that there's like a way place that's like, you can like go there and like get hunker down for like a little bit. It's not. I assumed this was like a place that was manned by people. It's not.
It's a shack.
It's a shack.
Yeah.
It's a ramshackle shack.
Yeah.
Mind you, once again, would like to reiterate, it's freezing
Yeah.
and hailing
yeah.
and now snowing.
yeah.
The only good thing about that is that there were now puddles like getting up because you're going through like a foresty area. I stepped into one of those puddles with my bad ankle. It was so cold. I could no longer feel that my ankle was sprained,
Oh my
but I
God.
also could not feel my hands
Yeah.
or my body. We get to the way station.
Yeah.
Okay. And we step in there, and honestly, God bless every single hiker that was taking shelter for a few minutes,
Yeah.
because they saw me and my one friend, because my other friend had been like, I need to just go, and she just went ahead, which was a mistake. That's her story. She went through some shit too.
Did she live?
Yes, she lived. I don't know if she wanted to by the end, but
Oh God.
it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's me and my friend, and we pause, and I literally am like, and on the way up and to get here, because I was like, I don't know if I can. I literally was like, I can't do the rest of the Camino. I was like, how am I going to tell the abroad director, the professor that has brought me here, who I said I could do this?
Yeah.
How am I going to tell him I need to go home? I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. That's the only thing that was in my brain.
Yeah.
We get to the ramshackle shack. It's cold. It's wet. There's literally there's guy who has a lighter, and he can't even get anything to light because it's so wet.
Oh my
And
God.
he sees that we are literally, my friend's lips were blue,
Yeah. Hypothermic. Yeah.
hypothermic. And
Yeah.
thank God for this woman. There was a group of 3 Spanish people. One of the guys had a lighter. Another guy had a bunch of like gummy worm fish things that he was like feeding to us because we were so like, it was anyway. And the woman called the emergency phone and was like, you need to rescue these 2 girls. They're gonna die if they stay here.
Yeah.
And we got rescued. And thank God for those rescue people who came up on an ATV and took us back down the mountain.
Yeah.
So
And
I
took-
literally
you went to the hospital, right? In Pamplona or in,
no,
okay.
they took us to Roncesvalles.
Okay. They took you
And
to
we were in Roncesvalles, and they basically, the guy which honestly, God bless this random Spanish like rescue man.
Yeah.
I was on the ground, and he was like in broken English, like, can you stand? And I tried to stand and couldn't because my ankle had seized.
Oh God.
And my friend goes point at my ankle, and my friend goes bad mal in Spanish.
Yeah.
And this man who I was taller than picked me up,
You were
back and all. I like this man's like 5'8".
Oh, you were taller than. I thought you said you were taller than, and I was like, have you shrunk?
I was taller than this,
Got
and
it.
he picks me up,
Yeah.
takes me to the ATV, and then wraps me in like the foil thing that like keeps your
Wow.
heat in.
Yeah.
Insanity. Anyway, I then went on to do the Camino with essentially what is a broken foot.
How crazy is that? Which foot was it for you, right or left?
It was my right one.
So I sprained my left one. Yeah. So
So
I know for you've said that if you were to ever do it again, you would want to cross the Pyrenees to do it. Yeah.
yes,
Whereas
I'd want to do it.
I'm sort of like, I think the only thing that would ever get me to do it again is if I had got a spot at Orison. I think that's the only way I could do it. I don't think I have the mental fortitude to start in Saint Jean and look at those mountains and know what I'm about to do again. Because that was another thing that I thought when I finally got to Roncesvalles and I was in the room and I was literally shaking with fatigue, pulling my socks off, all my clothes off. I was throwing stuff out of my pack. I said, absolutely no way that I can carry all of this stuff for the rest of 490 miles, right? I was like, nope, I'm throwing all this stuff away. And I remember thinking, I don't understand people who've done this more than once. Like, you have to be a masochist. But now I'm like, nope, I get it. The call. It's like, it lives in your soul. And it's like, when there's something that needs to be addressed, it's just constantly there being like, return. So yeah.
Yeah, I would do the Pyrenees again as long as the weather was not horrific.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly was the downfall, was the fact that it was so cold. I think I might have been able to make it. And granted, maybe I wouldn't, I'll never know, is the answer. Because if it wasn't cold, would I have even been able to make it that far
On your
up
foot.
on my foot? The only reason I could make it at all was because my ankle literally was frozen.
Yeah.
Like, but our mistake, I guess, or whatever, was stopping. Because once you stop and you're freezing cold, like
so
all the body heat just goes away, fully dissipated.
so
Anyway, I was on the way down in the ATV, and suddenly my thought of I can't do this, I'm going home was, well, nothing's going to be worse than that. And you know what?
Yeah, that's true.
I was right.
That's true. And you know what?
As bad as that.
And you know what? I remember thinking also, I was like, okay, I could not do what I just did for another 39 days, but I could do something not as bad as what I just did for another 39 days. And so that's how I knew I could keep going, because everybody said that that's the hardest day on the Camino. And actually what is so funny is that there is a day 4 weeks later that actually is more, I would say, technically challenging, because you are basically scrambling up and down the mountains of Galicia along a riverbed. And I did it the day after a huge rainstorm. And so it was slick as everything. And I had no problem with it because you're so fit by that point. Your body is like, oh, easy. Like,
This is nothing.
yeah. So, oh gosh, I want to go back so bad. It's okay.
Anyway, those are our stories of
Thanks for listening to us talk about the Camino.
yes. And so, Wendy, I hope that has properly put the fear of God into you, but also do it anyway.
Yeah.
Also do it anyway.
Book Orison. That is my biggest piece of advice. Or if you really want to just like do the true trial by fire, be like, I mean, I don't think there's any point to it. I don't think there's any point.
I think there is a point for someone who's never done it before. I really do think it's worth it if the weather is not bad, because ultimately it was going to be it's hard on a beautiful sunny day.
I had a gorgeous day. My day was
it's hard on a good day.
Yeah.
It's harrowing, traumatizing to do it on a day that I didn't.
Yeah.
So the only time I would say you shouldn't do it for your first time. And there's two paths. There's a path that takes you to Roncesvalles that is not through the mountains.
Yeah, but it's like a little more dangerous because, I mean, dangerous is relative. It's not as pleasant in terms of view and like, you know,
experience,
because
but it is something to do.
You're just following the highway through the mountain pass. So it's like you're near motorists are like kind of zipping by you and stuff like that. At least that's what I've read in my guidebook. I've never done it, but
it's not as technically challenging, and it's not as, or it's longer, but like it won't fatigue you as much, and in the rain,
Yeah.
it won't do what it did to me, which was almost kill me.
I journaled that day, and I literally remember I wrote down the bit about me thinking about being chill with the idea of the world ending because it means I could stop watching. But I also was like, and I was gonna write a lot more, but I'm literally too tired to hold this pencil, so that's all.
Yep. Hold on, I definitely have my Camino journal
I know,
somewhere
I'm
near
looking
me.
older. I would pull mine out too. What my first few videos on TikTok were me reading about the Camino, but then I got to a certain day of reading because I was reading on the anniversary of the day, and I got to a certain date and my mental health like plummeted, and I just was like, I can't revisit the Camino right now, so I stopped making those videos, which I kind of regret because I think that journal is like one of my most prized possessions, really.
This is in fact my Camino journal.
Look at her.
Look at her. She's beaten and worn to hell. Let's see what day that was. This was day 4, by the way. This was 5/19/19.
Oh, wow.
I've just titled this Day from Hell. Today we climbed the Pyrenees.
Wait,
it was
day
probably the most. Oh, because we had like day 4 is in like my 4th day in Spain.
I see, because you would like arrived and then taken the bus to Saint Jean and like got it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, this was like I started writing this when we were in like on like about to go on the plane to get there and stuff like that. Because I also I also have a bunch of stuff because we each were assigned an apostle.
Yeah.
To you know, because this was also a class as well. By the way, we did have classes every day, which was actually kind of like class was more like us just discussing.
I don't know how as had the energy. I was like, I don't want anybody freaking say a freaking word to me. Like I did not have the energy to speak. But anyway, read. I want to hear.
It was probably the most miserable day. I love that probably.
Pull the punch. It's good.
The inclines were killer, and I wanted to go home so badly. I kept telling myself that I would tell Redacted I needed to go home because I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. My 2 friends, one friend went ahead of my other friend and I. I was afraid we would find our friend dead of cold on the side of the road. We did not.
Oh my God, that would be so scary though. Like actually, because pilgrims do die on this specific part of the Camino. Most pilgrims that get hurt are hurt because a vehicle hits them. But this is the specific part of the Camino where people actually do die of exposure and stuff like that. So it's anyway.
I'm surprised that I made it with my rolled ankle to the shack, which I'm proud of. But damn, I am a fool. We made a calculated risk, but wow, we are bad at math.
Oh my God, not the bird meme. That's funny.
It's fascinating stuff. I haven't read this in quite a while, but
you should revisit it. You should reread it.
That's what I was thinking. I might do what you did in May and do some daily reflection stuff on it. Because I was a very different person when I was doing this one, but it's really fun.
Wendy wants to know what are the stats on that part of the hike? What's the grade? I'm so curious now to compare it to what I've done. I don't know. It's the reality is that it's not technically technical. Like you never have to.
There's a path. There's like a
well-maintained path for you.
Like there's rocks and stuff and like
one part that I would consider vaguely scrambling, but it's like not really. There are some parts on the other parts of the Camino that were a lot more scrambly than the first day, but you're not at risk of such a significant like fall. But yeah, like the Camino technically, like literally they say literally anybody could do it. You just have to have the mental fortitude. I mean, I saw people doing the Camino who were in wheelchairs. So it's all accessible in that way.
It is, and there's no camping part of it. I know you mentioned as long as I don't have to camp in the snow. There's no camping. I mean, I think you can if you want.
But
there's hostels everywhere. Like it's a very like this is
it's a pilgrimage.
It's
Yeah,
so old
yeah.
that these towns are literally built for pilgrims to come and stay at. And like this is a cultural thing for the people who live in those towns. Like
Yeah.
this is not like this is not like hiking the Appalachian Trail.
Right.
This is like this is a very well-maintained pathway
Yeah.
that has literally been traveled for hundreds of years.
It's over 1,000, isn't it? Wasn't it
Thousands
in, like,
even.
in the 900s? Is that when the
Like the Crusades and
Yeah.
shit. Like this is like, you know, pilgrims were doing this like they've been doing it for a very long time. So like that's why I always say like I am not a camper. I am not naturally a hiker.
yeah.
I like the fact that like there's hostels, like and the hostel life I personally loved. I think it's such part of an experience.
I did private
Um,
rooms. I couldn't handle sleeping
So
with strangers.
again, like
Couldn't
your
do it.
mileage will totally vary on who you are as a person. I was also 20 years old doing this. Like I lived in dorms with, you know, I'm a college student. Like
Okay,
very much the aesthetic.
There's living in dorms, and then there's sleeping in the same room with 10 random men. You know, like I just
It's just like it like
had no
and granted, I also went with a bunch of people. So like it wasn't me
That's true.
alone.
I was by myself, so I
Exactly. So again, your mileage varies, but also like I don't know. My experience was that everyone on the Camino was incredibly respectful and like genuinely looking for human connection and like relationship wise. Like, but there's also an understanding of like you could talk to someone for like 6 hours while you're walking somewhere and then you'll never see them again. But they've made a profound impact on your Camino, which I think is so unique and wonderful and why I love the Camino. So sorry if I've scared anyone with my traumatic almost death story. Because I did almost die. That's like they did tell me you have hypothermia.
yeah.
Like you might not have made it down that mountain.
How long did it take you to recover? Did you take a rest day after that, or did you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did take a bus to Zubiri
Yeah.
from Roncesvalles, and then after that I walked. But
Yeah.
I was still because Roncesvalles, we got there on a Sunday. Roncesvalles, like it's closed. Like
Mhm.
that's the thing about Spain as well as everything on Sunday is closed. Like and like the hostel at Roncesvalles has dinner that you pay for. Like you
Yeah.
go to dinner and they feed you. Like
Yeah.
a lot of hostels do that. So I wasn't like starved, but yeah. So the Monday I went to Zubiri, and Zubiri is like a slightly larger town, and so
Yeah.
they had a pharmacy that I could go to and be like, help,
Yeah.
please. And you know, I got a wrap. I got multiple wraps, bandages, blister pack, and ibuprofen gel, and off we went.
Yeah. Lynn says Nova Scotia is just starting to develop a new 4-day hiking trail that should be done in a couple years if you guys have recovered mentally by then from the Camino. I that's my thing. It's like, am I called to return to the Camino, or do I just want to do another walking trip? You know, because I do love a good walk, but I don't know. There's something that's both intimidating but also feels so alluring to me at the idea of the 40 days again. Like it's just
40 days and 40 nights.
it's just something else, you know?
Because like I didn't do the Camino because I like hiking. I did the Camino
Yeah.
because it was an experience that is in and of itself its own thing.
Yeah.
And like it's hard to explain that. And like I love, you know, I like to walk. I'm a fan of walking. However, I wouldn't have done it if there wasn't like something I was looking for on the Camino.
Yeah. Yeah. I walked it to save my life. So that's
Yeah.
like everybody's there for different reasons. Wendy says, yeah, I admit the part where you don't have to camp or carry your entire trip's worth of food with you is its own allure. Absolutely. A lot of hiking trails are like that, especially when you're farther along than the people who make it to the halfway point are a special breed who want to uplift each other. Also very true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Katie and I could go on a Camino chat for hours and hours. So I say
Literally.
let's spare
I
the
think you got to
people.
cut it off there.
Yeah, let's go to people. Let's dive into another sprint. Let's do some shorter sprints now because the 45s are useless to me. It's fine. I'm just gonna keep crashing out about it. It's fine. This sprint I need to make a call, and then I need to make a new game plan because all my game plans have been massively messed with. So let's do a 20. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do my favorite timer.
Oh, the drinky timer, the fizzy timer.
The drinking timer, the fizzy
cocktail
boy.
timer.
The fizzy one. Let me make this big for us.
That's what it is. Busy timer, not drinking timer. I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
All right, everyone ready for the most spectacular?
Lovely.
Oh, perfect.
Lovely. All right. Happy sprinting. Hello. You're muted. Oh.
What?
You
Hello?
you said I can hear you now, but it took your mic a second. What did you say right when you first started?
I couldn't find my tabs. My tabs were all over the place. That's all.
There. I attempted the phone call that I had that alarm continuously going off for, but they just aren't answering, which is a little frustrating because I'm trying to cancel something that if I don't get canceled, I'll get charged $50. And I even went so far as to call the hotel and be like, hey, I keep trying to call your restaurant to change this reservation, but nobody's picking up. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll transfer you to the restaurant. I was like, wait, hold on, though. Like I've been calling the restaurant directly. I need help. Like I need to speak with someone, not just be transferred. And she's like, the only thing I can do is transfer you to the restaurant and let them know that to expect your call. And I was like, oh, okay. And I sat on that line for like 20 rings before I hung up because I was just like, so yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a luxury hotel and they're not giving me luxury experience right now.
They're
So
really not. That's really bad.
but yeah. But then I don't know, I'm feeling the come down from the crash out and everything like that. And I was like, I'm just starting to feel like I'm not really going to get much done today, actually, which is kind of a bummer.
Mhm.
That I scrolled. That's my answer. I scrolled for the rest of that.
I wrote 136 words.
Nicely done.
So
Mullen started prepping dinner. What's for dinner? And read 2 chapters of the Thursday Murder Club #5. Oh, also did some outlining for Nights of Death, but that was while listening to the Camino and Hiking horror stories. Awesome.
nice.
They're not horror stories. They are
They're really not.
harrowing stories of love and triumph. So
Yes. And they're reality checks for anyone interested in the Camino.
yes. Yeah, you don't
But also at the same time, you can't like
Yeah.
we can tell you these things and you're not gonna know until you know.
Yeah, it's just a thing that you need to experience. And the reality is that you can do it probably. You probably can do it.
Yeah.
Z says reaching the word count limit for my essay, so need to be more mindful of my words as I finish. You can also go back and snip some filler words. And anytime you pull your punch where you say it seems like or it could be maybe, like just cut out all of those softening words. And that could, for me, that's always a big increase in or decrease in word count once I cut those out. Dinner is rice and chicken tikka masala. Lovely.
Nice.
I made myself a girl dinner of avocado toast, tofu with homemade teriyaki sauce, and for dessert, I'm having some old dried out figs I rehydrated and spiced rum. Wow.
That doesn't seem like a girl dinner. Tofu with homemade teriyaki sauce, like avocado toast, that's dinner.
That's dinner.
That's
That
dinner.
sounds so good. But you know what, though? If you want to claim it as girl dinner, I support you because I think girl
Also
dinner
true.
can be anything. Chop chop. That's my back signal. I was summoned. Yeah. Well, you missed my absolute crash out, Miranda. So you're welcome that you were spared that. Mullen says, I feel more entertained by the stories, but rest assured, if you ever find me hiking, someone needs to ask if I've been kidnapped or my body swapped. But that's fine dining.
That's fine dining.
The sauce was a leftover. It's still valid.
Okay. Still, yeah, okay. I see now more why it's like a girl dinner. You know, you're like gathering the ingredients that you already have.
Yeah. And no, Miranda, no, I'm not. I sat down today after 12 weeks, mind you, 12 weeks of being in pain and being in physical therapy for 6 weeks and being on the road to recovery of my hand. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do 1 45-minute sprint today just to see what my baseline is. And I was telling Katie when I called Katie during the sprint with sobbing and everything like that. I think that's one
Well,
of
I
the
called you.
Oh, that's right. When we
Just
were
to tell the correct story.
when we were on the phone and I was explaining all the reasons why I was having such an extreme reaction was because I truly thought 1 45-minute sprint was going to be so doable. I thought that was my baseline. Like I thought my real goal is to be able to work up to being able to do 3 45-minute sprints a day. And that's where I would stop it. And that's just going to be my career moving forward is 3 45-minute sprints a day. And whatever I can do within that context, that's what I'm going to be doing. But I said, to start, I'm going to start with a 45-minute sprint. And that's all I'm going to do today because if I wake up tomorrow and my arm hurts, then that's like information for me to have. Well,
Miranda, I made it 25 minutes before I had to stop. And then I stopped, and then my arm continued to progressively ache more and more to the point where I am now doing 20 minutes on ice, 10 minutes off ice because my elbow hurts so bad. And I literally was like, this is it. My career's over. Da, da, da. Katie called me, and I've just been crying about it for the past hour. So yeah. So no, I'm not good, Miranda. Thanks for asking. Yeah. Yeah. At least I can talk about it now. Before we came back from the last sprint, I was like, it didn't go well. And that's all I'm going to say. Like, because I couldn't even talk.
Progress. Progress.
Such progress. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what to do now. I'm tired. I'm bummed out.
Do you think a nap might help? Like reset the brain?
It could. I don't know. Do we need to give you shots like that? You're Rafa and Roland Garros on a zombie, but I got a steroid shot and it made things actively worse, which I know sounds crazy, but when I got the steroid shot, I was like, before I was able to do this. I couldn't press down. I couldn't clench down. I can barely clench down now after writing, but I could make a fist. And then I got the steroid shot and I literally couldn't close my hand. Like I couldn't hold anything in my hand. It would just slip right out. I had no communication with my fingers. So yeah.
As Neon Moon says, the body has its own healing timeline, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I just think back to first week of September. Katie was with me when I had just injured myself. And I was like, I wonder how long this is going to take before I feel better. And in my brain, I was like, I'll probably have to rest for like a week, which is fine. Cause I just turned in my draft and Katie Ann is like tippy tapping on her computer. And she goes, I was like, what? And she's like, I don't know if I should tell you. It's like, what?
Well, no, what happened was, so I Googled it, right?
Yeah.
So Wallace was like, I wonder how long it's going to take. And I was like, this is a Googleable question. So I Google it and it pops up with an AI answer. And I was like, okay, this is from AI. Like, I can't trust this. So I was like, first of all, the answer was bad. First of all. So I was like, so I gasped.
Yeah.
And Wallace was like, what? And I was like, let me do some research. This is from AI. Like, let me look at some actual things. Frantically searching. And I was like, okay, this is kind of what I came up with. And I was like, okay, like 6 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, 6 to 12 weeks, which I was shook by. And I was like,
you were like, there's no way.
There's no way. There's no way. And lo and behold, here we are. It's been 14 weeks, I think. And I think that's another reason why I'm so upset, because like I'm still not better. And it's been more than the worst case scenario. So
I thought my arm wrist would heal within a month at milk, but it's been 5 months and still not 100% yet. Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Mama, let's research. Yeah. That's what I was like. Okay. I'm going to get some academic knowledge up in here before I give you the bad news.
Yeah. Yeah. Oi, y'all. Don't write in bed. Don't write in bed. And don't write through pain. Yeah. Yeah.
And also your writing process might not stay the same forever.
Yeah, but that's like its own thing to grieve, you know?
It is 100%. 100%.
Ugh.
But also just for everyone in chat who like, as like, it does, it could change for a good reason, bad reason, whatever, just, yeah. So yeah, do you want to talk about plan, or do you just want to end the rogues?
I don't know.
The roganing.
I don't know. There's
Joe Roganing.
Ha, no, let's not.
Yeah. As soon as I said it, I was like,
yeah. I don't
horrible.
know. Maybe, honestly, I'm like, part of me was like, I want to go for a walk. I want to do all this stuff, but I don't want to expend all this energy. And then I'm tired by the time I need to be going out and doing stuff. So, yeah, I'm sorry guys, but I do think I'm going to call it. I'm going to end the stream. And maybe more productivity streams. I know I didn't even send an email. I'll still do that today. I'll try and get that done today, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what I have the energy for. Maybe I should just like get cozy and watch a movie or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill the well, and also like kick your mind off of it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here with me today, especially to Katie Ann, but also to everybody in the chat who
it was an experiment. Today was about data collection, and unfortunately, we collected bummer data, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Any last little bitties from you, Katie?
Nothing from me.
All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Oh, wait, one more thing. Oh, I almost forgot. Sorry. Steve and I will be.
I'm just kidding.
I know you did, but did you see me backstage go, ah!
Yes, I saw. That made me laugh. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Me and Steve are going to be live tomorrow because Steve is trying to finish his act 1 before the end of the year. And so we are doing a, writing until Steve finishes his act 1 tomorrow. Yeah, FaceTime Friday, kind of, not really FaceTime Friday, like we won't be chatting a ton, but like around that time. So yeah, we'll be here tomorrow.
Mom's like, wait, are you?
Oh, I'm also on Cody's stream tonight too.
I love the little subtle reminder. See you tonight, Katie. Heart emoji. No, that's so good.
Thank you, Cody. Honestly, I do have it in my phone, so it would have like alerted me.
That's so
Anyway.
good too.
LOL.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed.
You're-
Let's go.
All right. Bye.